I've been hitting voltmeters a lot lately in my videos. The last video had to do with a Tektronix DM-2510G voltmeter that I had come across at a good price, and that worked out well. In this video, I just wanted to take a very short look at the next thing that followed me home. Just got this morning at a local hamfest. This is a Hewlett-Packard Model 410B vacuum tube voltmeter. And I have to say, I am really excited about this. This meter is legendary in terms of its capabilities and its performance and its longevity. The Model 410B was introduced in probably the late 1950s. I suspect this one dates from the early 1960s. One of the very interesting things about this meter is that it's got an AC response well into the RF region. In fact, it has a vacuum tube diode in the AC probe that enables it to have a frequency response of over 700 megahertz in the calibrated range. That's just phenomenal when you think about it. Outside of the calibrated range, it will sense RF up over 1.5 gigahertz. So this is a very remarkable instrument. You can find them around. Oftentimes they're in bad shape. This one is in very bad shape. I'll show you some close-ups in just a moment. But one of the things to rarely find is that these are complete with the RF probe, with the AC probe, and this one is. So inside this is a vacuum tube. I just got home with this, so I haven't attempted to clean it up. I haven't taken the dried out masking tape off the probes. Nothing. So we'll walk through this together over the course of what will probably be at least 2, if not more, videos as I learn about this and we check it out. I'll just say that the probes are in pretty bad shape. These 2 probes are actually missing the needle at the end. I have no idea if the vacuum tube is even in here, let alone whether or not it works. The probe cables are suffering rubber rot, as you can see there. The cable for the AC probe, this thick piece of cable right here, actually looks like it's in pretty good shape. I don't see any cracks or anything, which could be very good. This is a triaxial cable, and that's a little bit harder to work with and a little bit more expensive to replace. So I'm not too worried about the non-triax cables in here. We can replace those easily. All right. Well, what possessed me to get this? I parted with $10 for this, so this will be a very good entertainment for $10, and will be even better if I can get it working and calibrated again. The meter appears to be all right. If I rock it back and forth, you might be able to see, let me zoom in a bit, that the meter, first of all, it isn't down here or stuck up here, so that's good. And if I move it back and forth, I don't know if you can see that, it sways gently. That's a very good sign for a D'Arsonval meter movement. The chassis is not in, at least the front plate, is not in very good shape. There's some paint flecking off there. I'm going to tilt this forward. You can see there's a lot of dirt and grime. It looks like this has been sitting in a garage or maybe an upstairs attic for a long time. There is a very considerable amount of dust and dirt on this. Let me just take an alcohol wipe here and show you just how badly this is. I'll just wipe this off a little bit, and you can see the dirt on that, and how badly this is, how dirty this is. So we will start to kind of work on cleaning this up with some tender loving care. Just kind of turn it around a bit here. You can see there's no scratches or dings or dents in the cabinet, so it doesn't, you know, appear to have been dropped anywhere. Let's get this off. Look at that. So here's the 3-pronged power supply. I've seen worse. Power cord is not cracking from rubber rot. It's a little bit sticky here and there. In fact, it's really sticky. I wonder what that could be. Probably best not to think about it too much. But you know, here's a tube peeking through. Here is a fuse that appears to be intact. Let's just see if it's continuous on the meter here. Yep, a couple ohms resistance, so that is that's a good sign. That means that this probably hasn't suffered some sort of catastrophic, at least power line event. Well, all right. This is just a really old piece of equipment, and we're going to have to clean it and finesse it and fix some warts that have no doubt grown up from years of neglect. Hopefully not from years of use. All right. One other thing that's kind of interesting about this meter, before we wrap up, is that all of the probes here are permanently affixed. Okay. Might as well kind of take this off. The masking tape that was wrapped around the probes before it went into storage. Man, it feels like this masking tape is decades old. But so here are the probes. But the thing I wanted to oh, look at that! It's even got the that's interesting. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. So this, usually there's a just a simple alligator clip that banana plugs into this. This is not that, so I'm not sure where that came from. But anyway, this RF probe doesn't have obvious signs of abuse. Neglect, yes. Abuse, no. So you know, we'll see about that. But the point I wanted to make is that under here, these 4 probe cables are affixed through this assembly, which is, you know, attached quite solidly to the base of the unit. So, you know, you don't plug these probes in and take them out when you're done. This is permanent, and you know that irritates lots of people. It gets you know, takes up space on the bench. I personally think that you know, this would look really good sitting next to my Tektronix DMM if I can get this working again. Here you see how this cable here is broken and cracked, and so is this one. But the triax cable appears flexible and supple. So there's that. All right. Well, you know, this is a piece of history. This is a very remarkable VTVM. I'm very pleased to have one on my bench, and just really excited to clean it up and dig into it and see if we can bring this back to life. There's no way I'm going to plug this in and see if anything lights up, for fear that lots of things light up and I let out the magic smoke, which we really want to avoid. Okay, Hewlett-Packard Model 410B vacuum tube voltmeter. I hope you found this interesting. If so, please leave a thumbs up below. And as always, thanks for watching.